Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM24 Youth Factory, episode 53. Next up for us, as we have progressed beyond the group stage of the Papa John's Trophy, the U21's competition. Next up is Gillingham, 23rd, Skybet League 2. Like, literally the second lowest ranked team possible in the competition. Of course, we don't take it as seriously as some of the others, which always put you on that back foot just a little bit of it's not too hard to get beat when you're surrounded by lower level teams that want it, that want to go out and prove their worth, where you don't necessarily play your A squad. But with this one, I'm liking our chances of, progression at least a little bit here, especially with Gillingham as the opposition. 50 best players in the world, and Ethan McLaren is now the 7th best player in the world. Phenomenal stuff there for the top English player in the world. So number one for England in those rankings. Last episode we left off with an FA Cup and that Papa John's Trophy final group stage match. So we pick up with Shrewsbury and a 4-2 win. Both sides getting consolation goals, and then Preston losing 1-0 on the road. Very, very close. Really poor performance from the team, though, so it's not a case of getting FM'd. It's our first loss in quite some time in the league. It's bound to happen sooner or later, right? We turn around with a hat trick from Lanahan Penrys beating Stockport, who were right near the top of the standings, I believe, last season. Oxford is up next for us on the road, FA Cup. Oxford is currently second in Skybet League 2 after getting relegated this last season, finishing 22nd in League 1. First time down in League 2 in a long time. In fact, they spent some time in the Championship, or a single year in the Championship, before finishing last in real life right at the beginning of the series. But on the backs of very strong performances, Barnsley still lead the league and are pulling away. But we now find ourselves second place in the league, but we also find ourselves just 2 points out of the playoff zone entirely. So it's still very, very close at the top. The teams now in between Portsmouth and Rotherham at 27. That's a little bit of the gap holders. Otherwise, it starts to open up to Swansea, who seem to be underperforming a little bit. They've got good goal differential, but only 30 points. Can't quite see off games. They've only lost twice this season, but they've only won 8 times this season. So yes, we might have the goal differential, and yes, we might look like that team, but it is so close from us being down in 8th or 9th place. So far from a done deal, far from being the second place team, but at the moment we are the second place team. One of the key reasons for our success this season is not just the growth and development of the side, which continues to happen at a rapid rate, but one of the other secondary reasons for it is the fact that we've stayed fairly healthy. Archie Jones, Sam Lyons, the only injuries that we are carrying right now. We're not in that constant top end of the league in terms of the injury table. Find ourselves fairly average in that. And yes, we've had our injuries, but it's been a lot more minor than last season. Keeping a healthy squad, keeping a strong squad has resulted in a lot of stronger performances because we've been able to select a better squad day in, day out that's more competitive. And with the development piece coupled with that, we've done really well so far this season. Away at Oxford, the team relegated last season and currently second in League 2, where we currently sit second in League 1. So for the second time in a row, we have an FA Cup match with identical positions within the table. Go head to head, just one tier above and below. We've definitely not gone for a B squad in this match, and actually that wasn't FA Cup last time. As we go close there, that just gets cleared out. Last time that was the Papa John's Trophy, right, where we had that exact same circumstance. Oh, what a terrible deflection, and I don't know how Julian doesn't save that, but we now trail 1-0. The wall does not do its job. It goes right through it goes through the chest. It doesn't bounce off the chest. It phases through the chest. He opened up his chest slightly, so I suppose what that's supposed to be is a deflection off the chest. But he didn't open up his chest that much. I think he literally opened his chest and had open heart surgery. We've had majority of the attempts. We've already hit the woodwork just now with Walker. I think we still look good to be the team. McCartney and Henry's missing from close range. Yeah, way too many chances here, already exceeding a goal worth of XG, and we should be taking control of this match here fairly soon. Wilkinson lays it off for Joseph inside. Short cross to Adekunle. He recovers after initially gets a partial clearance, but the chance then goes begging. We're not getting our shots on target. Dominating the game, but only one on target so far. Multiple yellows for them, so they are finding it difficult right now to control our attack. They're keeping away decently well, but they aren't doing anything with it until they finally get inside the final third. Dobbin behind his man, apparently onside. Did he time that well enough? Poor defense here, especially when we had Heath behind. Big mistake from the D there. Oh yeah, definitely onside. But big positioning mistake in the build-up there. And we trail by 2. In total domination. These guys are going to get chewed out bad at halftime. Wilkinson is tired. He's going to get subbed off. Probably Setford saving that on the line. That's a goal line save for the keeper. Dobbin again getting behind. Are you kidding me? That scores? It looks like we're going to make an early exit from the FA Cup. Dobbin behind his man, but onside as we can't manage a simple line. Hassel can't manage a simple block. He's easily in position to slide out and block that. Just terrible play from the team right now. Totally dominating. They've only had 4 attempts. They've only had 3 on target, and they lead 3-0. Team is inspired. I didn't go as far as throwing the water bottle, but I was pretty aggressive with them, and we are going to come out extremely attacking here in this second half. We'll see if the team can get back into it. Out to Adekunle. We've got some overlaps. Choose not to use it. Walker, weak cross there. Easily cleared out, but Adekunle recovers. Gets an easy cross. Joseph goes to ground. Goes for the overhead. Mighty kick there, but cannot get it on target. Can't. It was a little too low by the time he went for it. And suddenly, we've played 20 minutes of the half. Very, very quickly. Lanahan Penrose with a 5.9. Hewitt. Hewitt comes on and scores. Immediately after entering, it's 3-1. He just wanted it more than they did. The way he moved over to that ball. He bypassed a lot of individuals on his way to that one. Now 3-1. Let's go ahead and change tactically. Joseph, push up even more. McCartney, push up even more. Let's change your role from a ball winning to probably a box to box. Joseph with the turnover. Walker immediately off to the races, but cannot beat his man. Gets it into Joseph though. Adekunle from close range. 3-2. We are not done yet. After a pathetic showing where we completely dominated and somehow gave up 3 goals, getting FM'd to the extreme. 3 attempts, 3 goals. And now we've got it all to play for here. Very, very high tempo. And we're going to go for the underlaps. I've got inverted wingers out there. Let's go ahead and get them in play. McFadden. Wiley. Hewitt now. Adekunle. McCartney. What a waste. Should have let that work the ball into the box on. Jeez. I would sub Walker, but I don't have another attacking sub. It's all defensive. Adekunle, Wiley. We get it back. Hewitt goes deep to McFadden. Finds Walker inside. Hewitt. Oh, Walker was just offside. I thought he was hanging on. Adekunle loses that one as he tries to cut inside. McFadden. Now Walker on the counter. Going to take the long-range effort. Gives away a lot of time here. Rossini, McFadden. Walker inside to Wiley. Wiley does well to get there. Earns the free kick. Time is up. Final play. Rossini! No, it's saved. How is that their ball? Rossini's offside. They're taking a free kick from a higher position. Strange end there. Domination to total dismay in the end. Really, really poor performance from the attackers in the first half. They just did not seem to have their heart in it at all. Totally dominant. Lots of chances. Couldn't get anything on target. Second half, we go from 1 shot on target to 6. So we got 5 more on target in the second half. They went a lot more defensive. They tried to get a lot of players behind the ball, but we continued to attack, and we did it with a couple of younger players. We definitely made a lot more happen offensively in the second half, and it was a good 2 goals, but wasn't enough because we had an abysmal first half. Papa John's Trophy continues elimination match with Gillingham. Gillingham right at the bottom of League 2, giving us a great opportunity. However, I do not want to be on a B squad here, but that's exactly what we are on. Almost the entire squad has been swapped out because of match fatigue. So we've got a lot of resting players on the bench today that are available if needed, and I really hope we don't need them and that the guys that are here are good enough to get the job done. They certainly are happy. They are certainly fired up. But outside of Webb and Julian, 9. Well, and Lanahan Penry's out of position. 8 guys off the bench into the starting lineup today, and Walker nearly cuts inside on that one, goes with his left foot, curls it, nearly gets the opener, and then we do get the opener a moment later with Chris Webb, and we lead 1-0. That far post, that strong center back has been good for us in these competitions against those League 2 sides that aren't quite as on par when it comes to that jumping reach and that heading. Against our league, we don't win a ton of them. We challenge, we make it difficult on others, so we don't give up a lot of headers, but we don't seem to win them either. But here, against the League 2 sides, we are. And we've been consistently winning them as Joseph takes a big leg-to-leg contact, but no call. Neto was well offside, but the flag stays down, and he puts it in the back of the net, and the guy signals that it's a good goal. No. Disallowed offside. Man, the AR was intent on giving that as a goal, but the main referee saw the error of the way and corrected that one. A very clear offside. Whew, gosh, that freaked me out. Almost halftime. Potter cuts in. Walker lays it off instead of turning. He had a lot of space. Could have done that. Walker here turns. Beats his man. Great. First goal of the season for Walker. Really surprising that is his first with all the time that he has had. Potter, nice little header there, but yeah, between 2 guys, Walker just takes that nice heavy first touch to the outside, gets enough, catches his man out, is able to then turn in, continue on his merry way, and put it in the back of the net quite comfortably. Just on the cusp of halftime, now 2-0, and so far this group getting the job done. Webb and Rossini, both center backs, on a yellow. That is the biggest concern. Webb, I certainly want to rest him if possible, especially with a 2-0 lead. Rossini, though, is more tired and on a yellow. I think Rossini's the one who's got to go first. We're going to go ahead and do the double change. McCartney is going to come on to play defensive mid, and Hassel is going to come on at center back. And in the case of McCartney, he's going to push up to that defensive mid with Ralston coming back to play center back. We are out of center back substitutions, but we're going to make both of them right now so that they start the half together. In real life, that's a much smarter way of doing it. In game, I don't know if it makes a difference, but they're going to come out gel a lot faster if they come out training during halftime, warming up during halftime, and are mentally prepared for that change for the second half. So double change, both center backs are out and rested, and Potter making a nice tackle there, unfortunately going out for a corner kick. Let's see if the new pairing can get the job done as they get tested in the early seconds. We didn't get the job done as they went near post. They clearly won that header, but fortunately could not do anything with it. Oh, again, Yetton rises above our defense, and it's been all them here in the second half so far. We're at the hour mark. We might have to make some changes here. Right ahead, Penrese starts counterattack, gets Potter ahead. Potter, ooh, wow. That is a shocking non-call there as Potter is through. Now, is he going to get to that ball first before the goalkeeper? That's iffy, but that's clear obstruction. It doesn't get much clearer on obstruction, and that's red card territory if that call's made. Nito, offside, and it is called. I really think it's time to change what we are doing tactically. Let's go into being more of a counter-attacking team. Do I want to slow the pace down yet? No, I do not. So in possession, we're going to get wider to stretch the field. Walker, nice job keeping that in. Finds Wiley to the inside. Joseph, Redknapp to the outside. And he goes backwards with it. Joseph recovers up to Redknapp again. Finds Lanahan Penrese inside. Across to Wiley. Nearly gets there. Gets deflected. Walker gets a second chance at it. And then we get called for offside even though nobody's ever in an offside position there. Right, sure. Okay, whatever. Fatigue is high for some of these players, but a lot of them are those backups that are playing and hanging on, which is nice. Close chance here. They find it inside. We get a little help, Joseph, but then they get it back and blast it way too high. Okay. Time's getting late. Joseph is tired. Do I have any more? No. Archie Jones injured. I don't want to bring him on. Koulibaly is the only one I want to bring on under any of the circumstances that we have. So I'm going to try to let these guys see the game out. Wiley! Oh, nice attempt there. Off balance, facing the sideline. Comes across his body and drills it. Nice volley. Redknapp wins the header. Not somebody who's known for winning a lot of headers there. McCartney loses out under pressure. We slow down their counterattack, but they're still going to get a chance at this and end up offside again. No, the AR once again. The other AR this time is happy to give them the corner kick. That's onside. Julian, easy grab, was headed out anyway. Time's up. Time is up with the long throw in. In fact, they just throw it out for the goal kick. Not a dominating performance, but it is enough of a performance to come out as the victors with a clinical first half performance that saw us get 2 on the board, and that was it for the day. Julian ends up player of the match with an 8.1 rating, keeping out 7 shots to keep the clean sheet and negating 2 XG. Fatigue is already high. The extra matches that we've had to play has meant we've played 8 matches in November after 7 in October, which is not a light month. We had 4 in September. So a very, very busy month for us is going to turn into an even busier one. We've had a number of rescheduled matches because of the extra games that we had to play. They're all falling into what's already a busy December, that festive portion. We've got Salford back-to-back, home and away. But we have 9 matches scheduled for December. So a lot could happen. A lot could change. We could do really well. We could do really poorly. We have less home games than we have away games. We have 3 in a row away. Things could take a turn. Plymouth at home, but they're 5th place, so that could be difficult. Tranmere, you would think, would be a good match for us because of that, but if you're coming off a bad performance, coming off a little bit of a struggle here recently, that could go poorly. Stockport away, that could be a difficult one to score points still, but Rochdale is winnable. Salford's 22nd, Doncaster's 8th, Carlisle's 19th, Chesterfield's 18th. We could and should get a lot of points out of those 9 matches, but if there's enough injuries, if there's enough fatigue, if there's too much squad rotation, could drop a lot of points. We don't know that everybody else is going to have a similar schedule to us, but in terms of what we've played, we've got 1 game in hand on most of the teams. Really just a couple below us. Carlisle's played 20. But fortunately, it's not a bunch of games in hand, so a lot of the other teams do have a lot of work to do and a busy December ahead of them, one would think, as well. So based on that, I think we still could find ourselves in a good, strong position. I'd love to stay in that top 2 over the course of the season. Even if we can't reach Barnsley, we can get that automatic promotion, though I fear the championship ahead of us. Did not think we were going to be in play for that this year, but the development has been such when we're performing. The development has been such that we're almost ready for that championship level now, and we might be able to hang in there next year. Might be. Maybe. We certainly have the new stadium, and that's already helping things out significantly, and morale's a lot higher. You never know. It's a little early to be thinking about that, though, as we are not yet at the halfway mark. 5 matches to go. Let's get halfway before we wrap this episode up. Before I get to the actual results of those 5 matches, here's feedback on James Wilkinson on how he's doing so far this season. He's not leading the league in anything, but at 3.88 progressive passes, he's near the top 90% or the top 10% of the league, and he's better than average at everything in terms of even assists, which is his lowest. Key passes, his lowest, but progresses the ball well, right? He's decent in goals per 90, non-penalty XG. He's definitely done well, but not overly dominant. Last season we just struggled like crazy. This season we just have a collective team of a bunch of guys that are doing above average stuff. Mixed performance in the 5 matches. We beat Plymouth 3-1 and turn around to Tranmere, that low-ranking team, and lose 2-1 after taking an early second half lead. Our roster it wasn't our A squad, but it certainly wasn't a B squad either. We should have done better with that, but we were on the road, and then we turn around and draw with Stockport, the tougher game. We do bounce back with a Rochdale victory. They had somebody sent off. We had somebody sent off in Sam Lyons, and then Salford, we crushed them 4-0. We turn around and play them again. They are still 22nd. Doncaster is up to 5th. Carlisle's 19th. Chesterfield is 16th. We are now officially at the halfway point. That halfway point has seen us drop 1 position. We're down to 3rd, but Barnsley has also dropped. They've finally run into a bad run of form, and Preston has been absolutely on fire, led by Stulich. Stulich 7.51 ratings, which is close to where we had been before, but we've dropped down again. We've had our share of injuries of late, and we're finally healthy on the injury table. This is the first time in forever, but that's also just happened in the last week or so that we've gotten healthy. Good time for it, though, as we enter the second half. Some of the teams around us still have played 1 more game than we have, so that is a factor that we've got at least a game in hand on some of these teams, but like Preston, we played the same amount. On the development side, it's Sam Julian who continues to dominate. Adekunle still at a 131, all the way down to Ben Hassel for 110 plus now. Walker and Lee Ward join the group of capable League One talent now, average League One talent. So we are beyond 11 now. All of our starting 11 plus first 2 players off the bench with Hewitt and Walker are both League One equivalent. I mean, these guys are like 1 point away, 105. Rossini will still call that top League 2 talent or almost League One. And Christopher Joseph still at a 100, now officially at that senior level, developing more slowly. He is playing, though. I mean, he's had 7 starts and 4 appearances off the bench, so he's getting in there plenty, but all of a sudden finds himself not developing rapidly like he had been before. Playing Wiley, Koulibaly, Potter, and Redknapp all close to that level. No more mid-80s. We are now 90 plus for every single player at the senior level. Below that, do we have anybody at 90 plus? No. So we well and truly have our best players now all at the senior level doing a job for us with that's 9 reserves, so 20 players here at senior level, and all of them a 92 or better. The development side clearly is good, and the performance continues to be good. We had one bad game so far here in December, halfway through the month, and then of course once we hit January, things could get a little crazy, could get a little hectic as offers start to come in, but right now morale couldn't be much higher than it is. So these guys are very happy with how things are going. The only one concerned with play time is Phil Hewitt. What is his agreement anyway? Oh, he expects to be a regular starter? Yeah, not quite. That's a little bit high for him. I can understand how he's concerned, but he still has exceptional morale. He's hanging in there. He gets almost enough appearances to stay happy. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.